Hello Gemini, so I'm doing your weekly tarot for June the 12th to the 19th. I'm going to take a look at what is going on in your situation. We'll find out why it's happening. We're looking at what's going on in your blind spot, figuring out anything that's working for you at this time. And of course, we're seeing how it is likely going to play out, okay? Right, so nice. You have got happy. And it says joy, contentment and fulfillment, finding joy in the present moment, freedom from the shackles of longing and liberation. Yeah, so freedom from the shackles of longing. That's kind of like when we wish for things that we don't have, okay? Or when we're obsessing over a person that doesn't want to be with us type thing, right? That's the shackles of longing. So this is saying you're free from the shackles of longing. You've definitely got this energy of you just accepting what is out of your control. But that's very different from a person who is giving up, okay? There is nothing giving up about this energy. This is literally you getting your priorities straight, recognizing what is within your control, what is outside of your control, and just really creating a lot of joy in your life with happy. Now, usually whenever I see this card coming out, it indicates that there is good news that you have been waiting for that is coming through for you this week, okay? I do recognize this as being quite a fast energy, okay? So something that you thought you would have to wait a long time to hear back from, actually you don't have that long to wait at all, okay? And it's very positive. So yeah, something's working out massively in your favor here, Gemini, with happy. There could be a cause for a celebration also with those balloons being there, okay? So maybe you have got an exciting announcement to make to others, okay? Again, depending on how this is resonating for you. It indicates that that this week the energies are very receptive to anything new that you're wanting to create, okay? And then you've got deep knowing with your wonderful intuition. It says intuition, empathy, hypersensitivity, tune in and trust your vibes, and hunches will pay dividends, okay? So I always say, whenever you see this energy coming out, Gemini, any metaphorical threads that you want to start pulling on, definitely start pulling on those this week, okay? Because more is going to be revealed to you. And I feel that things are being revealed to you very quick, and it's all good news, okay? So yeah, do pay attention to your hunches this week, and keep pulling on those threads, whatever they might be. Something very beautiful, very positive is about to be revealed here. Now, the combination of these two, Gemini, again, I'm not taking anything off the table. Someone could be asking you out on a date, okay? They could be revealing their true feelings and their true intentions towards you here with this combination, right? Because we've got the revelation, and then we've got the happy news, the happy vibes going on, right? Was this happy for Gemini, please? This joy, contentment and fulfillment. Can you tell us more? The Five of Cups, interesting, because that's the complete opposite to that message there, right? The Five of Cups and the Four of Cups. Gemini, I kind of feel like not everybody is wanting to share your joy or is wanting to share your blessings here. I don't want to use the word jealousy, but I can't really take that off the table either. Eight of Swords, Knight of Swords, and Six of Cups. Okay, yeah. past energy. Okay, a past person is finding out about your good news. Whatever this is that you're celebrating here, someone's found out about it. Eight of Swords, they're in their head over it, okay? The problem is, Gemini, there's always someone that wants to piss on your chips. There's always someone. What is this Eight of Swords for Gemini's situation? Because this is coming out as a jealous energy. Can you correct me if I'm wrong? What is this Eight of Swords? Lovers, off balance. Yeah. Your major arcana and it's off balance. So this is someone who does not have healthy or good intentions towards you, Gemini. So I'm not being corrected here. The message that I've given you is being reaffirmed. Okay. There is a jealous person here. Abso-fucking-lutely. Why are they in this Five of Cups, Four of Cups? Six of Wands off balance. You've got a lot of people who are singing your praises this week, Gemini. Okay. This individual, I don't know who they are. I'm going to ask in a minute. They don't like it when people think highly of you. They don't like it when people are celebrating you or celebrating with you. Okay. The Six of Wands off balance is literally them accusing you of just wanting attention. And that's not the case at all. You're not just wanting attention. You're wanting your nearest and dearest to celebrate this fantastic happy news, right? Life is already hard enough as it is. It's already hard enough to find joy and peace or to create those things in life, right? Especially with the way that things are. And then you've got this little toe rag, whoever they are, who is trying to add misery, further misery to an already, do you know what I mean? Why? What is the point? I don't understand it. Who is this person who is not happy for Gemini? That's off balance as well. Nine of Pentacles off balance. They might be a Virgo, or they might just have strong Virgo placements in their own chart. Okay, they don't have to be a Virgo. Nine of Pentacles off balance. That is indicating an individual who is very, very selfish. Quite possibly very codependent in nature as well. Definitely very entitled when it comes out off balance. This is someone that you did a lot for them. Like you gave up a lot for them, you sacrificed a lot for them, and guess what? It wasn't good enough. Okay, a person who is described as a Nine of Pentacles off balance is someone who believes that they are above everyone else, while maybe taking credit for other people's work. That, you know, that they don't want to do the work. Okay, they believe that it should be a given. Okay, that's someone who does not want to improve on their own lives or their own lifestyles, but they believe it should just be handed to them. It should just be given to them. Okay. And then you've got this Four of Pentacles that's also come out significantly off balance, right? Capricorn energy. Again, reinforcing that message of selfishness, right? I don't like reading into energies like that because I find it very, very draining. And in all honesty, it just annoys me. Okay, it just really annoys me. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, to clarify this, Four of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles, both off balance. This is someone who I hate to say it, Gemini, has been waiting for your downfall. Okay? Awful. An awful, awful human being. That's who they are. They're a shit. Plain and simple. Okay? What is their issue? What is their issue with Gemini? This might be an X as well for some of you, with your major arcana coming out off balance. Death reversed. For what is their issue? They don't like change. They don't like the fact that you have outgrown them. They don't like the fact that you have evolved. Okay? We're supposed to evolve. Every single day. We're supposed to change. We're supposed to be different than who we were, not just 10 years ago or last year, but we're supposed to be different from who we were even yesterday, right? The whole point is just we keep getting better and better and better, right? They don't like that. They don't like the fact that apparently you have changed. You know what they actually mean by that, Gemini, is I can no longer control you. That's what they don't like. You have changed. You have become uncontrollable. They can no longer control you. They can no longer manipulate you. They can no longer get a rise out of you. That's what their problem is. Control, control, control. Every day of the friggin' week. Control. Yeah, the Ten of Swords. Okay? You guys know exactly what the Ten of Swords is all about. You can see it in the card. Backstabbing, betrayal, enemy energy, right? Painful ending. But also a necessary ending. So you were forced into ending things with this person. Their behavior forced you into ending things with them, and they don't like it. Gemini, you're the one that got away. That's what their problem is. And now you're here celebrating your amazing news with friends, family, loved ones. And something's not quite sitting right with you. It's like your spidey senses are tingling. I'm expecting trouble here. Because I know full well that this good news is not going to be well received by everyone. Gemini, if you thought you were being paranoid here, you're not paranoid at all. You're being vindicated. You're not being paranoid. You have every right to share in your joy, your happiness, your celebrations. You have every right to sing that from the rooftops. And no, you do not have to just put up with this kind of nasty, vindictive bullshit. You do not have to put up with that at all. Nor must you allow that to sour what you've got coming in here. Okay? Knight of Swords and the Six of Cups. This is a message here. This is a message from someone from your past. What is this message that's heading towards Gemini? Five of Pentacles. Oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. Gemini, that message is going to be full of spite, anger, vitriol. It's going to be full of it. Woe is me. How could you possibly leave me like this, Gemini? How could you do it to me? Oh dear. Six of Cups off balance. There's a revision of history also included within this angry message. Okay? Oh, well, that could have been you and me had you not have done this, that, and the next. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's do away with that, shall we? Let's just... I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to put those on the bottom, just in case I need to refer back to them. I'm going to put your happy news right on the top, which is where it belongs. And then I'm going to put a clear quartz on the top of the whole thing, okay? Just to keep that energy clear, okay? Try and get rid of that negative energy, because what you don't want happening, Gemini, is that negativity overshadowing your amazing good news here. Okay, we don't want anything or anyone to overshadow that. Serendipity for why this is happening. This is catalytic energy. So the catalyst to this is good luck, good fortune. Source, spirit, the universe, whichever name you prefer to use, is using you as a force on behalf of the world, a force of good on behalf of the world. And your service is being rewarded and supported, okay? So the catalyst for this spite is the fact that finally, your life is shaping up to be exactly what you wanted it to be, okay? Good luck and good fortune. That was the catalyst to the spite. Can you tell us more about the catalyst? Bask in this serendipity, Gemini, okay? And as I say that, you literally got the Fool coming out as well. Bask and swim in this good luck, good fortune, okay? Surrender and release. Maybe the catalyst is you trying to give this individual the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you tried to maintain some sort of relationship with them. There is such a thing as being too kind-hearted. It can backfire. It absolutely can. Not everybody is... Again, it's going to make me sound like a right bitch saying it, but not everybody is worth your compassion. It's called having empathy with boundaries. Okay. That's what a lot of empathetic individuals forget about. They forget about the boundaries part. Okay. Surrender, release with this Fool. You can't help this person, you can't fix this person, you can't change this person. Ace of Wands. The Fool with the Ace of Wands for the catalyst. Are you frigging kidding me? You, Gemini, you started all over again. It's showing me that you started from nothing and you made everything out of nothing. Okay, your success, your victory, it belongs to you, not to this individual who is malicious, spiteful, greedy, whatever, right? You created this joy, this happiness, and you've every right to really lean into that. This person was also secretly hoping for what I feel is a bit of a do-over with you as well, Gemini. And now you've got this good news coming in. You've completely and absolutely taken their hope off of the table. Okay, they were hoping at some point that they could come back in, get their feet back under the table again. You've removed that choice entirely. Like you have made it abundantly clear that's never gonna happen. That wasn't even a choice. That wasn't even an option. But in their head, they were daydreaming. Maybe it's possible. Maybe it's possible I can get back with Gemini, whatever, right? It's not going to work out that way. Because the catalyst is you, literally. You're focused heavy on the future here. You're actively creating your future right now. And what a fantastic future that's going to be. Serendipity, the Fool, and the Ace of Wands. As far as catalytic energies go, I'd say that's a pretty good one. Yeah, I really would. That's you raising your game. That's you upping your standards. Refusing to lower your standards for anyone. Blind spot, orphaned, there it is. That's the equivalent to the Five of Cups in traditional tarot, which you've already seen come out of this reading. It says a sense of loss, an identity crisis, feeling like you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty, and feeling out of place. For your blind spot, Gemini. Now, this is not your energy. This is what is not immediately obvious to you, right? This, I've already said it, Gemini, someone is feeling sorry for themselves about you. What's not immediately obvious is possibly their own abandonment issues, right? Well, they're sure as hell going about it the wrong way. They're definitely going about it the wrong way. There's no real true sense of self here with that orphaned energy. Page of Pentacles. In your blind spot. They're coming at you from this angle of what I can see as being desperation here, Gemini. They are desperate for you not to move on. Page of Pentacles, I often find, can manifest as being a bit of an olive branch. Doesn't mean to say that it's genuine, right? Tell us, thank you. Knight of Wands. Gemini, I feel like you have got possibly, but not necessarily, a fire sign friend, Aries, Leo, or Sag, who is getting in front of this person. You've got a friend here that is technically gatekeeping access to you, which is a good thing. I'm getting a very protective vibe off of that Knight of Wands. And I don't always get that with the Knight of Wands. Because as you know, a Knight of Wands is someone who is traditionally quite hot-tempered. They're very flighty. Okay, taking lots of risks, you know, has a bit of a bad reputation type energy. But the context of your reading, Gemini, I'm picking up on quite the opposite energy here. I'm picking up on a person who is very protective of you. I know that this card is traditionally ruled by Sagittarius, and again, I don't know why I'm feeling Leo energy. I don't know why, okay? I've got to go with the messages that are coming through for the reading now, okay? I don't need to know the reasons why I'm picking up on these things. I just need to tell you, right, what it is that I'm picking up on. That's it. I suspect that there's a very protective Leo person around you who's stepping out in front of this person to stop that person from getting in your head, ruining the moment, overshadowing your good news, or trying to. And it's all taking place in your blind spot, right? Without you necessarily knowing about it. I feel like you're going to find out about that shortly after. I don't feel like you're going to find out about it as and while it's happening, though. Okay. Yeah, what's working for you? Mending. Okay. Now the topic of mending obviously is forgiveness, right? Be careful. Be careful, Gemini. Forgiveness is a very personal journey for every single person, right? I always say, forgive yourself for not have known any better at the time. Maybe forgive yourself for having gone back to that situation if you did. Forgiving yourself for giving certain people too many chances. Okay? Forgiveness starts with self. Now, whether or not, here's the thing again, whether or not you're wanting to forgive this individual, that's entirely up to you. Okay? Healing after arguments, a time for mending rifts and setting yourself free. So whatever necessary steps you need to take, Gemini, in order to set yourself free, then those are the steps that you're needing to take. That's what's going to work in your favor. I very much suspect, Gemini, that if you do receive an olive branch or an apology off of that person, I'm not entirely convinced that it's genuine. And one of your friends or one of your family members here who is fiercely protective over you is feeling the exact same. They don't feel that that olive branch or that apology is genuine either. Can you tell us more about what is working for Gemini? Hanged Man. Mending with the Hanged Man. Letting go, surrender, pause, waiting. Uncertainty. You don't have to do anything. That's the point. They might well want to try and mend things with you, Gemini, but you don't have to do anything other than the self-forgiveness part and the setting yourself free part. That's the only things that you have to do, right? As far as everything else goes. Listen, Gemini, you don't owe that person anything. You don't owe them anything at all. What else is working for Gemini, please? Yeah, Six of Swords, time to move on. And Ten of Pentacles. Focusing on what is important for you. Ten of Pentacles, your values. Where are your values? Focus on that. This can also be focusing on your nearest and dearest, your loved ones, okay, because that can be home, family, it can be roots, it can be long-term energy, it can indicate you being focused on building a beautiful legacy, okay, like literally everything, all the way down to financial security. It's building a successful life. That's what's going to work for you. Everything that is in your life, it needs to be congruent with your ultimate long-term goals, which is clearly your Ten of Pentacles. Anything else outside of that, you don't have to deal with. Okay, how this is likely going to play out: peace. Freedom from attachments, radical acceptance, a time for calmness and well-being. Peace being restored. That's how this is likely going to play out. You protecting your peace. Anything that disrupts that, you're not putting any thought towards anything disruptive at all. Four of Swords. Rest, rejuvenate, reevaluate, reconsider, meditate. I am taking those cards. I'm just double checking to see if anything else didn't flip over there, because it felt like it did. The Hierophant. Ten of Wands off balance. Lovers off balance. And the Hierophant, I'm telling you, this is entirely because you're moving on. You got a commitment here. Wedding, engagement, celebrations. It can also indicate spiritual wisdom. You standing by your models, your ethics. You refusing to engage in anything or anyone where their models and ethics go directly against yours. You made your decision and you're standing by it. You're not partaking in anything that is going to cause unnecessary unrest, unnecessary stress. No more. You're making yourself unavailable to that person. Yes, at the bottom of the deck, of course, it's the flaming devil. Of course it is. It's the strongest overall energy. It's like your energy's going, you know what? I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Can I have a healing message for Gemini, please? Cut your losses. Couldn't make it up, Gemini. Moon in detriment and cut your losses. Right, let's take a look. That is number 66, funnily enough. Okay. It would be absolutely lovely if life were nothing but rainbows and unicorns, but after a certain age, say around 7, we start to realize that there is always going to be light and shade. Drawing this card suggests that right now you might be going through a little bit more shade than light. You're not at your best, and it could be that the situation you're inquiring about is taking its toll on you and your vitality. You have two choices at this point. Either you keep going in the same direction that you've been heading in, or you can do what it takes to cut your losses. In other words, it is possible for you to change tack now. Or are you absolutely committed to the actions that you've been taking lately? You're not running on full power in this situation at the moment, so if you want to change that, you need to think about what it's going to take to strengthen your position. In your current situation, it is not easy to be spontaneous, and that can make everything feel rather tedious. Additional meanings for this card. This one's important, Gemini. What is happening is not your fault. Okay, Gemini, you do not control how other people choose to conduct themselves. Are you being too self-conscious? Do you need to look on the bright side a little more? Life goes in cycles, and you need to accept that this is a moment to do the necessary emotional work. Okay? About the symbol, the moon is said to be in detriment in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is all about being strict and severe, and the moon is all about emotions, and together they create tension. So that's the kind of atmosphere that you're trying to work with this week, Gemini. So yes, I would say that it is imperative actually that you do cut your losses with that person, and that you do focus on the joy, the peace, the positivity, the abundance, your 10 of Pentacles, whatever that means specifically for you, okay? Right, so let's take a look at some cheeky words of wisdom from the shitty deck, just for a little bit of light-hearted fun. Yeah, always inhale the good shit and exhale the bullshit, okay, Gemini? And don't chase and try to impress shitty people. Work hard and be yourself. The people who deserve you will show up in your life when you start respecting who you are and telling the losers and the users to fuck off. Okay? No further explanations required. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that should be in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.